The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Know thyself, know thy enemy. 1,000 battles, 1,000 victories. The bamboo that bends is stronger than the oak that resists. Fall 7 times, stand up 8. Even a fool is wise when he is silent. The best way to destroy an enemy is to make him a friend. Perception is strong, and sight weak. In the confrontation between the stream and the rock, the stream always wins, not through strength but by perseverance. Victory is reserved for those who are willing to pay its price. A wise man learns more from his enemies than a fool from his friends. When you bow, you should bow deeply. The true warrior understands that defeat is not the worst of all evils. A warrior is worthless unless he rises above others and stands strong in the midst of a storm. Courage is not the absence of fear but the ability to act in spite of it. Preparation is the key to victory. The greatest way to live with honor in this world is to be what we pretend to be. He who conquers himself is the mightiest warrior. The sun does not shine for a few trees and flowers, but for the wide world's joy. Your greatest weapon is your mind. Train it well. When you realize nothing is lacking, the whole world belongs to you. To know and not to act is not to know. The most beautiful flowers thrive in adversity. A single arrow is easily broken, but not 10 in a bundle. When faced with 2 choices, simply toss a coin. It works not because it settles the question for you, but because in that brief moment when the coin is in the air, you suddenly know what you are hoping for. The perfect blossom is a rare thing. You could spend your life looking for one, and it would not be a wasted life. The diamond cannot be polished without friction, nor the person perfected without trials. The harder the conflict, the greater the triumph. Time spent in reconnaissance is never wasted. When you lose, don't lose the lesson. The sword is the soul of the warrior. The best sword is the one left in its sheath. There is no weapon more deadly than the will. To have no technique is to have all techniques. When in doubt, move along. Do not tarry. He who is well prepared has won half the battle. Let your plans be dark and impenetrable as night, and when you move, fall like a thunderbolt. To win without fighting is the supreme excellence. A wise man lives by the rule, but a fool follows his desires. It is easy to break one stick, but difficult to break 10 sticks together. When one is prepared, difficulties do not come. He who cannot agree with his enemies is controlled by them. Only a samurai who understands the true meaning of death can face life without fear. The warrior must not only know how to use his weapon, but also when to use it. True power is mastering yourself. The true warrior fights not because he hates what is in front of him, but because he loves what is behind him. Do not regret what you have done. To become a great warrior, one must embrace patience. He who angers you conquers you. Do not let success get to your head, and do not let failure get to your heart. In the art of war, there is no final victory. The mind is everything. What you think, you become. The best strategy in war is to avoid what is strong and to strike at what is weak. A true warrior is always ready to die, but never eager to kill. Adversity is the foundation of virtue. The greatest victory is victory over oneself. A sword is useless in the hands of a coward. A fool sees himself as another, but a wise man sees others as himself. In the face of chaos, find stillness. It is a great art to have an abundance of knowledge and experience, but it is an even greater art to know how to use them. When the character of a man is not clear to you, look at his friends. The river that flows never grows stale. So, you must keep flowing. He who does not fear death by 1,000 cuts dares to unhorse the emperor himself. The true warrior gains victory from that which appears to be defeat. A wise man does not reveal all that he knows. Patience is the foundation of eternal peace. The art of peace is not easy, but it is worth pursuing. Fear is the true enemy, the only enemy. Victory is the beautiful result of a series of small wins. The power of a sword lies not in its blade, but in the hand that wields it. A samurai must remain calm even in the midst of a storm. A single act of kindness can have a ripple effect that spreads through the world. Without discipline, there can be no true freedom. The secret to living well and longer is to eat half, walk double, laugh triple, and love without measure. Do not regret the past. Embrace the future. The wise warrior is not afraid to lay down his arms and negotiate peace. A coward dies 1,000 deaths, a brave man dies but once. The purpose of training is to tighten up the slack, toughen the body, and polish the spirit. The greatest honor is to live and die in service to a higher cause. When facing a strong opponent, avoid their strength and attack their weaknesses. The ultimate way of the warrior is to lay down one's sword. To defeat evil, one must become a master of oneself. The warrior's greatest weapon is his calm mind. The hardest battles are fought within the chambers of one's own soul. A samurai's loyalty is his most treasured possession. One who is a samurai must have the courage to be open and honest. Do not seek to follow in the footsteps of the wise, seek what they sought. A true warrior is compassionate and kind, but fiercely protects what is just. When you have one eye on the goal, you have only one eye on the path. The moon does not fight. It attacks no one. It does not worry. It does not try to crush others. It keeps to its course, but by its very nature, it gently influences. What other body could pull an entire ocean from shore to shore? The moon is faithful to its nature and its power is never diminished. To be fearless is not the absence of fear, but the mastery of it. The true measure of a warrior is in the size of his heart. The more you know, the less you need. Honesty is the mark of a true samurai. The most valuable sword is one that never needs to be drawn. In the face of adversity, adapt and overcome. Do not seek external approval. You alone are enough. A samurai's word is as strong as oak. To be wise is to learn from one's mistakes. The path to wisdom is humility. True strength is in the ability to control oneself.